Welcome to today's video. So I've received so many requests across my Instagram, across my YouTube to know what gear I use. I know a lot of YouTubers do a what's in my bag video. So I thought I would go through my bag and show you guys some of the gear that I use when I go out for just a normal shoot. The point of this is not for you to go and buy the equipment that I use, but rather to inform you guys if you're curious as to what pictures I take, or maybe there is a piece of gear that I use that's perhaps instrumental in taking some of my pictures. Maybe doing a what's in my bag video would help you guys with that. So this is the bag that I use. The bag itself is from Peak Design. It's the Peak Design Everyday Backpack 2.0. It's the second version that they've released. It's really great. It's very compartmentalized. It has these side zippers on both sides that run the entire length of the bag, and I'll get into the structure of the bag very briefly a little later on. So starting at the top of the bag here, it actually has a flap hood, which I like this type of backpack because rather than having a zipper, it has this flap, so any water that hits it, any rain, would kind of run off the flap rather than perhaps seeping through the zipper. So just a personal preference. The first thing I have is a loaf of bread here. I always like to keep a loaf of bread in my bag, just in case. The next thing I have is one of the instant cups of ramen. This is really great and useful if I get hungry. And then the last thing on the food side of things is I keep a pack of green tea seaweed. I already ate this one, so it's open already, but green tea seaweed, absolutely delicious. And it's a snack pack, so there are probably about 10 leaves in here. They're very salty. They're almost like potato chips. I like to also keep 2 Cliff Bars in my bag just in case I might need it. I also have a Pepsi made with real sugar in my bag today. That the Pepsi can change, you can add other things, but for right now I have a Pepsi. The bread usually comes in handy. No matter where I go, whether I'm on a photo shoot, whether I'm going for a picnic, whether I'm just going to class, I always like to have a book with me. Just something to read in case I get bored or if I don't have anything to do. So this book is called Light, Science, and Magic by Hunter Biver and Fuqua. It's a really great book on the science behind light. Currently reading that. I also like to have an intervalometer in my bag. I do a lot of time-lapse photography and long exposure photography. So having an external intervalometer is really great. It allows me to do the long exposures with my camera in bulb mode. This is the case for my microphone, which is on the camera that's filming me right now, so I can't show it to you, but this is the case that it goes in. So I like to keep a microphone in my bag, which allows me to take videos if I need to, if I want to. This is a little blower. This is used to get kind of large particulates off of the lens and off of the image sensor. Shooting mirrorless, you run into this problem a lot. I also keep 2 filters with me. One, which is the 6-stop ND from B plus W, not B and H, but B and W. That one is on the camera right now. That's a 6-stop neutral density. And this is a circular polarizer 2-stop from B&W, which I use for some landscape pictures. All right, so that's the top compartment. There is a laptop compartment in the back here. Nowadays I just keep my iPad in there, which allows me to edit photos on the go, which is just tremendous. And the last thing in the front pocket is a lens pen. So a lens pen is great. You actually take it and it's got a charcoal brush on one end, which you can rub against your lens surface. I wouldn't trust a lens pen on your sensor, but I suppose you could try. And the other end is a microfiber tip, kind of concave cloth surface. that you can get oils off of your lens with, or your filters for that matter. So going into the side pocket here, let's see. It's always important to have a writing instrument with you in case you need to jot something down. So just to show you the organization of this backpack, both side flaps open up. There are different compartments, and these Velcro shelves are adjustable and removable if you want to change the size of the space, and they also fold up. You can split them, have one up, one down, and have a little pocket right here to put a lens. But I usually either have them folded all the way up or all the way down. On this side I have a notebook where I journal, plan shots, brainstorm. This is my paper agenda, which I don't use as much as I should, but it's there. This is a rain hood, so the camera actually fits into here. So the lens points out this way, right here. The camera body fits underneath here, and you can pull this back protecting piece up to see the viewfinder. Yeah, so this is really helpful in rainy situations to keep the camera dry. And then this is my camera. So this is the Sony a7R III, and I have the 85mm f1.4 attached. And I also have the vertical grip on it. That's why it looks a little beefy right now. It's important to have a camera that you're comfortable with and that you enjoy using. You don't have to shoot Sony, you don't have to shoot with this camera. You don't have to use this particular lens, but whatever system you do have, stick with it. Find something that works for you and use it. And here's another pen for my journals, just in case I need to write something down. So I will go ahead and close this up. I also have a Manfrotto travel tripod, which is a small but effective tripod. I can get really low to the ground, like 2 inches off the ground with it. Or it can go pretty high, about 72 inches, 6 feet my height. I had this in the trunk of my car, but usually I would just strap it to the outside of my camera bag and be good to go. So while I was unpacking my bag, I stopped on the Blue Ridge Parkway and took a few pictures. I'll throw those up for you now. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys have any questions about anything I talked about or anything I didn't, please leave them down below for me in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. First thing I have is a loaf of bread here.